Hey everybody, welcome back to Chris and Andrew Outside. I'm Chris.
I'm Andrew.
So today we're doing something just a little bit different. We've been working out in the shop on the rocks for quite a bit actually, and we learned a couple of tricks, and so I thought maybe tonight that we would share with you guys these tips and tricks that we've got. First one that we got right here, you see we got this wooden frame, and we're gonna have this, we're gonna screw it down onto a base like that, and we're gonna use really high quality star drive screws so that we can put them in and remove them, okay? And so we're gonna put this together, and basically what this wooden form is replicating is a milk carton, okay? You see right in here, looks like a bunch of concrete, doesn't it? That is a beautiful monster agate nodule, and then right here is a really nice piece of very picturesque jasper. So what I've done is I put it into this carton, and sometimes these things flex because they're thin cardboard. So I did put some stuff on the outside to hold it in place, but I put these in with mortar. Okay, not concrete mixed in with dirt, or excuse me, rocks and gravel, but it's just mortar. And so what this does is we take this out to the big saw. We can put this on the saw and advance it, do the cuts and keep advancing. You see I made some marks on the outside. This is the center of the agate, this is the beginning of the jasper. But we can advance this, and it's got flat sides, so it's always going to have perfectly flat parallel cuts. Just advance it forward like that. So, but we're gonna do it without the milk carton. We're gonna make a form out of this wood here, and then we'll put some rocks into it and put the mortar in, and when it's dry, we'll unscrew it, take it apart, and we'll have perfectly set ones. And so, because we're gonna do it that way without this cardboard, we won't have these lines. So, what I did was I cut just little strips of cardboard, and when we make these, I'll just insert them. I'll mark on the outside of the form, and then when the I got it filled up with the mortar, we'll just put the cardboard in. So that's going to be our first one. So we're going to put this together. Let's see how we do it. It's not going to be real hard, and then we'll put some rocks in, and we'll put some mortar and everything, and then we'll move on to the second tip. Stick with us. So we've got some bigger pieces here. These are the black agate that came from Greenwater. And put them in one way or the other here. So they're both sitting real tight onto the ends. I'm going to draw a line that's right in the very middle. Now all we need to do is fill this up with mortar. These rocks are big enough that they might pop loose out of the mortar. So we're gonna give it a try and see what happens. So we'll video it at a later date when it's dry. But basically, this is the idea, you guys. You can see here, here's this big agate nodule, and then there's a chunk of jasper in here, like I said. Flat sides, put it into the saw, make a slice, advance it, and it stays flat, so your cut stays parallel. Now, thickness and thinness, that's up to you. So this is a great way to be able to do this so that you keep getting a consistent cut. And all you're doing is buying, maybe putting the form together, maybe using milk cartons or whatever cartons you've got. You're just buying a bag of mortar, which is pretty cheap. So, not a bad idea. So, all right. Next tip that we've got, you know, I put a video out here, when did we put that out, Andrew? A week ago?
Yeah, about a week.
About a week ago. So there's a second video on the Ellensburg blue agates, and one of the things I forgot to mention was the hardness of the Ellensburg blue agates. They're harder than other agates. Currently rock hounding, Jared, he put it in the comments afterwards, and I'm glad he did because I completely forgot about it. So one of the things that I did with the blue agate that I'd found on the previous trip was I took it and tried to scratch a couple of things with it. So quartz itself, pure quartz, has a Mohs hardness of 7, and so agate, basically, which is a variety of quartz, generally will have a hardness of 6.5 to 7 because of the impurities that are in the agate, so it can be down to 6.5. Ellensburg blue agate, I've read, gets as high as 8.5 for hardness, so that's 1.5 points over regular quartz. So, but quartz having a 7, that's a good starting point. And because I don't have a Mohs kit just yet, because I haven't saved up all my pennies to buy one of those just yet, but I'm going to. But because I knew the hardness of quartz, Andrew and I have gone up and gotten a lot of quartz. And so I took my Ellensburg blue agate, it's got a sharp point on one end of it, and I took a quartz crystal and I went to see if I could scratch that quartz crystal, and it gouged the heck out of that crystal. Very fine point that was on it, and so I took pictures. I took a picture of the quartz crystal under magnification where it was scratched, and so we do have that. We're going to flash it on right now. There it is. So you can see there's 2 points where there's like a shoot, like where it kind of fractured a little bit, and those are the initial points where I pushed in the agate that I've got. No damage to my blue agate, but complete and total damage to a 7 Mohs hardness quartz crystal. So we got one other tip, and we're gonna switch over to that video right now. All right, everybody, here's an absolutely fantastic trick. So if you're dopping up an agate or an opal or whatever to make a cabochon, after you get it onto your Dopstick with your wax, chuck it up into a cordless drill or a screwdriver. And then, because you know you got to keep this thing moving so you don't get any flat spots. So get over here, get the wheel going, and turn this sucker on, and away you go. And I'll tell you what, you're not going to get any flat spots whatsoever. Guys, the person that gave me this clue, this fantastic tip, is Fred from Carlson's Jewelers in Tacoma, Washington, off of 38. Go and patronize that store because they've got some killer beautiful stuff, and this is an amazing tip. All right, everybody, so I just got a bunch of the mortar, and I'm just going to add some water to it now and mix it up. Don't ask what the ratio is because I'm not sure. You're gonna have to look on the bag. I probably just added too much. Ah, looks good. All right, for those of you in the know that want to add calcium or hot water to their mix, go ahead. I'm not going to. Okay, both of the rocks are up against the walls where we initially put them. You can see there's one mark. That's where the end of one of the rocks is. And here's where the end of the other rock is. So now I've got two permanent marks in there that I can use as references later when I'm cutting. So I know I'm starting on the flat end on both ends because I've put both of these rocks on the flat end. They're the same rock, but put them both up against the wood. So when we take this frame apart, be able to take them out, they're going to have a flat bottom, flat sides. And they'll be able to slide real easy in the saw so that you can get these parallel cuts. But put these in here so that I at least know when one rock starts and the other one, well, where they both stop or where they both start, either way. So then I can just do the cuts coming in. We'll let you see it when we do the cutting on these. So we'll probably let you see them when we unbox them too. Unboxing video. So anyways, you got two options: milk cartons, make a form. If you do the milk carton, put something on the outside to hold it stable while that concrete or mortar fills it in, because it's going to spread out otherwise. So, all right, Andrew, am I forgetting anything?
Nope, I think that's it.
All right, you guys. So those are our tips and tricks for this week. We'll try in the future to come up with some more tips and tricks. I hope you like these 3 tips though, because they helped me out. They helped Andrew out a lot. All right, you guys, thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe and go outside.